Hello, class. So for this week's discussion, I learned that JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it is an independent, lightweight data interchange format that allows for the transfer of data from any language to formats that are easily recognizable by other languages or formats. And some of the advantages I learned through the readings for this week is that it is fast and efficient because the syntax that is used in JSON is very simple and compact and lightweight. This means it uses few characters, and few characters means faster execution. When you send in a query, it's faster, and also this simple syntax allows for easy data access. So if you have your data stored somewhere and you're using JSON, it is very easy to access your data because of the simple format of the syntax it uses compared to other, other languages or other platforms like XML. And the second advantage that I learned this week is that for data sharing, JSON is pretty commonly used across the IT community because it is used to establish connection between front end and back end of the sharing languages of data. This means that I learned of this concept called serialization and deserialization. Serialization is for the front end, and deserialization is for the back end. So what I learned is that JSON allows for really easy connection between the backend and the front end. So it means that it is easy to share data across not just data actually, but structured data. Because the previous week we learned about structured and unstructured data. So JSON makes it very easy to transfer and share structured data between different platforms compared to other platforms that kind of competes with JSON like XML. And the other thing I learned about JSON this week is that JSON is widely supported by other browsers. So a lot of browsers, the higher versions of like Safari, Mozilla, or Internet Explorer are all supported by, they either have libraries or functions that support the use of JSON. So which makes JSON very, it makes it more attractive compared to other platforms like XML because a lot of the web browsers out here support the use of JSON. And another one that I learned this week is that JSON uses something they called a value pair approach. This means that uh, mostly it is easy to format data while you streamline and write your operations. And lastly, I learned this week is that JSON is more responsive compared to other platforms like XML because it means you don't need to. It is easy to pass. So what that means is that you don't need additional codes for passing, and I learned that JSON is one of the most important thing I learned this week is that JSON is object oriented. So what that means is it is easy to use JSON to map data, which is something that through the previous classes I think we've learned it, data wrangling and data mapping. So it makes JSON a popular choice for people who want to map their data because it is data oriented. Thank you, class.